time has arrived. It is the final. Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Will Real Madrid get their 15th trophy? Or will Borussia Dortmund pull off the upset and win the hearts of many? This is Culture Worldwide, and we're here to cover it all. I'm Fabrizio.
Gabe.
Marco.
And welcome back. Now, before we get into the Champions League, I want to talk about these past two games. The Europa League final and the Conference League. Now, judging by this, what does it say? I mean, we had one team that performed amazing, and we all believed in them, and the other one was just an absolute failure. What should we start with first? The failure?
Let's do the failure.
Well, because it happened today. I'm really pissed off. I'm really pissed off because, well, I don't care for Fiorentina, but...
I mean, Italy just could have had 9 teams.
Yeah. How do you fumble that? It's a fucking Greek team. How do you lose to Olympiakos? I mean, I get it. Like, it was in Athens. They have a lot of heart, you know. I know the Olympiakos fan are going to come at me, but come on, realistically.
I wouldn't disrespect Olympiakos because they really proved everyone wrong. They had an amazing run. You know, they beat Unai Emery's Aston Villa. They were just amazing in this tournament. A 0.1% chance to win. The first Greek team to ever win a European trophy. It's brilliant. And on Fiorentina's part, it's a second final in a row that they've lost. They really performed really bad. I think Fiorentina really are in a big decline that for years they just don't seem to ever get to that level that they used to be, at least top 4.
I think they're overachievers. Like they got
this
to
year,
this final, but
overachieve.
But even last year, they got to this final. Maybe not last year, but they got to this final, and I don't know, with all those players that they have, like all this hype, what do they have done?
This is just a pathetic showing. Just pathetic. I don't think there's anything left to say. They could have. I already knew what was going to happen because they created all these chances, same as last year.
Man.
By the 75th minute, I'm like, yeah, they're not going to score.
But like it was just a boring game. Like this season in your Conference League and these past few games, both teams have had impressive performances in a similar run of form, but this game didn't show that. And both teams have their select styles of play, but this game it seemed like both teams are just trying to play it safe. A lot of times you just see Fiorentina just sending the ball over the top.
I mean, what I didn't like was that we all know Vincenzo Italiano's game style. It's kind of similar to Thiago Motta's. Like, it's a very attacking-minded football. But, like, what I just saw today was long balls, crosses into the box to nobody. And I'm even saying this, like, because he played for my team, but Andrea Belotti, he works really hard, but
there's no outcome.
He can't cut it.
He's not a good center.
I mean, early.
Yeah,
not anymore.
But not only that, like, there's even other players like Biraghi, for example. It's like every single play, you know what he's gonna do. Cut to the left, put a cross into nobody.
Yeah, well, you know, I think talking about this game it was just a poor showing on Italy. But on the opposite end, and I think we all called this. We all predict Atalanta to win, right? Atalanta and Bayer Leverkusen. I have no idea why. This is what I mean. Well, don't buy into the hype and into the media, because if you look at this tournament, was this really a shock? Atalanta has played pretty much all the top teams in the Europa League. They had a really tough road to the final on paper, and they destroyed every team they came across. They destroyed Marseille. They destroyed Liverpool and Sporting. So
they didn't destroy Sporting, but they outplayed them.
They destroyed them one leg.
But
no, it was a 2-1.
Oh well, either way.
That's why all credit to Atalanta and Olympiakos. They definitely deserved it, considering their path to the final was very difficult. Yeah, and they were well prepared.
Yeah.
For the final.
100%.
Both teams. I think we all said it, or I think I said it, but they play so similar to Bayer Leverkusen, and they play better than Bayer Leverkusen. That's why they showed up game.
I mean, do they even play similar, though? Because Bayer Leverkusen looked lost.
They pressed you like crazy.
No.
Atalanta really spanked them really hard. That was all it was, really. I mean, Bayer Leverkusen would immediately get dispossessed. I don't even think they had a clear moment in the game.
Look, this was Bayer Leverkusen's fault. First of all, I have to say I think they're mentally drained about the whole
season.
undefeated and all this stuff. That's definitely mentally draining. The other thing is that they didn't have a proper center forward to play to relieve pressure out of out of that Atalanta press. But besides that, it's just Atalanta were absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
They did not. No, they didn't put one foot wrong. Now, one player played bad. They were just magnificent.
And can I just close it off with this? Lookman. That is honestly the best Europa League performance of all time.
I mean, Gabe and I
Yeah,
perfect game.
I want to say one
Especially
thing.
Gabe.
I want to say one thing about. I'm not trying to say anything like crazy about myself, but I can see talent right away. I saw Adama Lookman when he was 16 make a debut for Everton. He scored on his debut against Man City. And from that day, I saw this player and I said, this player is a really talented player that England should have really looked at. And instead, they didn't. And Nigeria did. And now he's playing for Nigeria.
I mean, look at that game. That game was just perfect. All 3 goals. Excellent. But it
and
pretty much
goals.
he showed the spirit of Atalanta.
Right.
Yeah, but
you can't even say this game was like, oh, it was a fluke. Atalanta got lucky by playing a defensive style. They got lucky goals. You can't say that because literally every single goal that Lookman scored was
it was class.
Was memorable. Was class.
The second one was a meg on Xhaka, and then boom, and then the third one
not meg.
was great.
Well, anyway, I think this game will be looked at as a legendary game in times to come because this was just a masterclass performance from Atalanta.
But
masterclass.
Not just Lookman. I mean, you have to give credit to players like Ederson in the midfield, players like
the whole team.
Back.
The whole team.
Like
nobody played bad.
But people really underrated Atalanta. Like the whole world.
They
were like, oh,
no one even wanted them.
Everyone, and they were being serious. Oh, they're gonna score in the last second.
I
get it, but like,
I really think they made a statement when they beat Liverpool. I think everyone should have really been like, this is the team. Look, Leverkusen.
I said that.
I said it. Leverkusen weren't all that. If you watch the Roma video, I saw it from that game. They blew a lead to a Roma team that didn't have Dybala, didn't have the full strength of a Roma team. Roma, at the same time, are not on Atalanta's level.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to play a team that's better than the team in the semifinal, you have to be and fully prepared, and they were not.
No.
Atalanta were just miles ahead of them.
So does it come down to who the players or the coach at that point?
Both.
What you saw, do you think?
I think it's just the whole team as a whole, incling their fans.
But he started Grimaldo striker. So
I
know it's the way.
No,
I know.
He put Adli on striker.
No, but it was the way he started. But then obviously he moves. I know they move. It's not like a 3-4-3 they start, but still.
Yeah.
All right. Now the time to talk about what everybody's been waiting for. Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. All right, guys, let's shoot. What do you guys think?
No, listen, nothing has changed from the last time. Madrid is still, like, looking... They haven't lost form. It's Madrid. Like, I know Dortmund is all, like, we're talking about Royce's last game. We want Dortmund to win. As a football fan, I get it. The fairy tale ending. But come on, guys, be realistic.
But sometimes fairy tale endings do happen.
Not in this day and age. This modern football, honestly, I really don't see a fairy tale. You can't tell me you've seen since
the only thing.
Since what? I guess the 49 undefeated games of Leverkusen is a fairy tale, but like Leicester's a fairy tale.
Actually, if you're talking about the European competitions this season, every single final, the
fairy tale won.
Fairy tale has won. Olympiakos won. And Atalanta won.
That's what I was gonna say.
Atalanta and Olympiakos were not the favorites.
But talk about the details. Olympiakos outplayed Fiorentina because Fiorentina just sucked that game. That's not gonna be Madrid. Atalanta outplayed Leverkusen because Atalanta is a great team and people underrated them. Dortmund a great team that people underrate them. I don't think so. They're a really good team.
I mean, everybody's underrated them.
I think that if Dortmund's gonna beat Real, it's gonna be only with one game. If it was a semifinal, no one would count Dortmund. But still, this season, Dortmund has proved everyone wrong. It's possible. Anything is possible.
I honestly
Madrid.
Look.
I mean, Dortmund survived the group of death, Nobody thought
But
they would
exclude.
They
Honestly,
should-
no. You gotta
Milan.
exclude everything that's happened.
Yeah.
It's a final. Anything can
One
happen.
game.
It's just a final.
No, but-
forget about everything. It's a final.
So why are we taking into account what Madrid?
No, but you're not hearing my point.
No, but let me finish.
No,
this.
I was talking.
I was about
Just
to
let
talk.
me, no,
I was about to talk.
Just let me finish.
Go ahead.
It's a final, and I get Real Madrid's experience in the finals, but I don't know why. I think Dortmund's gonna win.
Okay, great. That's all you had to say.
I think
I was
Dortmund's
gonna
gonna
state
win.
a case wide. It's logical to say Dortmund could win, but great.
Why?
So what I was gonna say.
Hummels?
Yeah, Ballon d'Or winner.
Ballon d'Or winner? I don't know why they're bringing that up. That never happened. But I never said that. But no. In all seriousness, Dortmund, like, people have slept on them this whole tournament, kind of like Atalanta in the Europa League. They survived the group of death, and it's not like they've played joke of teams. I mean, they beat Atletico Madrid, who, okay, yeah, they're no Real Madrid, but they're no team to scoff at, you know. They're a great team. They beat PSG too with Mbappe. They showed they could lock down teams. They could come out with a great strategy and maybe shut down the front three of Madrid and work from there.
Don't forget, Lunin is out for the final.
Okay,
Because supposedly he's sick.
But who's taking his place?
Courtois.
It's not like it's not like it's the first keeper taking the second place keeper. Like,
But I know.
The thing is, Courtois has been out.
I know, but
He's not even called up to the Euros.
I get it, but we're talking about a world class keeper.
Yeah, he's still is.
But that just makes no sense. How do you start the final and not get called up for the Euro?
Well, listen, but he started the final because Lunin's out. But who's the third?
No, but they already planned.
Kepa's the third.
They already planned from the beginning that Lunin wasn't gonna play.
Yeah.
They said they wanted Courtois in the final because of what he did against Liverpool.
No, but guys, be honest with yourselves. Do you really believe in your hearts that Dortmund's gonna win this game?
I just have a feeling.
Yeah, in my heart. Yeah.
I just have a feeling.
Dortmund.
I just have a feeling that this is the year of the surprise. This is it.
But if Dortmund are gonna win, how? How are they gonna win?
I have a feeling it's a 1-0 win.
You know how they're gonna win?
Like I think Hummels honestly might score a header. Or
They
something
will not.
Like that.
Honestly, I don't see it like Dortmund outplaying Madrid. I think Madrid's gonna maybe if they lose Madrid, it's either gonna be in penalties
or a penalty,
or just like they had an off game.
Yeah.
Dortmund will not outplay them. I promise you that. You will not be like, oh my god, Dortmund really outplayed Madrid.
No. Dortmund. I agree with you. Dortmund's not outplaying Madrid.
Yeah.
By any means. However, they've shown that they can defend. So if they get that early goal in like the 12th minute,
takes, one goal.
You best believe they're gonna sit back on that.
You know, it's one thing though I've seen happen in a lot of years in like finals. Every time a legend is gonna retire, he always loses a final. Haven't you guys noticed that? Pirlo with Juventus was an example.
Mm-hmm.
He played a final. It was his last game. He lost. I'm not saying it was a final. Maldini on his last game lost. Like now it's Toni Kroos' last game ever.
Well, it's Royce's probably last game.
I don't think I don't know if Royce is retiring, but I know it's with Dortmund. But Kroos is retiring completely. This is his last game.
Yeah,
and we don't know what Modric
you can't go off stuff like that.
No, I'm just saying. But I've noticed there's a pattern that every time there's a final and there's a big player retiring, they always lose.
But you're going off your gut feelings.
Also, don't forget the last 4 finals have been 1-0 as well. So anything can happen.
Listen. I know people always say it's Real Madrid, but this Real Madrid team is not the best Real Madrid team.
Of course
not. No, of course. But they're still one of the best in the world.
They can still be beaten. They're not immortal, but you know.
Yeah, but don't undermine them as well because they have Luka Modric, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr.
They have a good mix of experience
incredible players
and young talent.
The logical thing to say is Real Madrid's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Gob. I'm going with my gut feeling. I really do. There's something in the air that I just feel I can't even like explain it. Yeah. It's just I feel like Dortmund could pull it off.
Yeah, me.
I think it's gonna be a tough fought game. I don't think Real Madrid are gonna destroy Dortmund. I see Dortmund go and Real go into penalties, and I think Dortmund's gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? What's your final prediction?
I still predict Real. That's what my head says. Obviously.
How much?
I think it would probably be a little closer, maybe 2-1.
I could see
But
that.
what I would like to happen, I'd like a penalty. I'd like the final to go to penalties. I'd like Dortmund to win. It's very difficult, but I just see Real winning.
Yeah.
Can't
Well, I
count
mean,
them.
most people do. Marco, you?
I'll go last.
Gob's already 1-0, right?
I mean, it could go either way, but I just see something.
Yeah.
I see this is Dortmund's year. By how everything's been going, I just feel like this is meant for them. Something about this team is like, there's something about them. They have this heart, but more than heart, they have just something that makes them winners. I've never expected that from Dortmund out of all the teams this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like there's something about them that no underdog team has had in the past. Not even Ajax.
And lastly, the ultimate Real Madrid cocksucker.
Enthusiast.
Yeah.
Guys.
3-0 Madrid.
No mercy.
I honestly see this as another Tottenham Liverpool final. I don't
Boring.
I think this is gonna be like Dortmund got there from a great last game, just like Tottenham with City. But in the end, Liverpool's gonna show. Well, Madrid's gonna show why.
Mm-hmm.
That Dortmund. Everyone that had to say about Dortmund, they were false.
All right,
It's
so
gonna be 2-0 to Madrid.
So 2-0 Madrid.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 3. So you're
No.
like those Real Madrid fans in the comments, and in like one of our last
Bro,
videos.
listen, I'm not even a Madrid fan. I'm a Roma fan. And
You
you
know,
that. But I know,
the game.
I know-
we didn't rob the game.
I know greatness. First of all, I didn't fully agree with that. But at
Yeah.
the same time, they did obviously with the offsides. I get it.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I know greatness.
Yeah.
Madrid's the best team.
That's
in
why
history.
you're a Roma fan, right?
fan.
I know Totti. No, but listen. Madrid's the best team in history. No one
Nah,
can doubt that. All the
of
Barca fans, you can say whatever you want, Josh, but you're false. Just whatever. But Madrid's the best team in history. They're gonna show for the 15th time why they're the best team in Europe, the best team in the world. All right, next video. If they lose, like, I'll say I'm sorry. But right now, I'm sticking to my gut, and Madrid's gonna win. There you go.
All right. Madrid.
Bob. No,
I don't know. Madrid, and this is what's gonna happen. Dortmund's gonna win. You heard it here. Come
And
back and hate
From the
us.
Juve fan.
And Fab's getting fired.
I already have.
Yeah. Next time.